All praise, glory, and honor be to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles, great millstone. Peace and salutations to the whole elect of Israel. It's your servant Shemaiah. And today I just want to go into a simple a PSA, pretty much. A PSA for the Akim on the highways and hedges in Florida. I want to pull up something because the not too long ago, perhaps about a month or two, maybe 3 months ago, the elder apostle Tahar had put a decree out there for us to, we're surpassed the time of going back and forth and debating. If individuals come up to learn the word of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, then we have free range to deal with them. But when you got these Christians, so-called Christians, want to be these anti-Christians, actually, these anti-Hamashiachim, you have these Bible thumpers, these seminary Bible thumpers that think they know what they're talking about. Their mind has been seared with a hot iron. They're not going to learn anymore past what they've been taught. They're going to stand on it. They're going to fight for it and everything like that. You have to know when to, we have to know, because there's been times when I've been caught up just listening. When you're out there on the highways and hedges, just listening to these fools and let them ramble until they stop saying what they're saying. For the most part, a lot of things that they say is agreeable, but when it comes down to the 100% doctrine of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, like what the Lord looks like, they'll say things like it don't matter, right? When it comes down to who's going to be saved, they'll constantly push that doctrine that anybody can be saved. You have to be a child of Israel, for one, first and foremost, unless you're going into slavery or you're going to be destroyed. Even 2/3 of the children of Israel are going to be destroyed on this side. Salvation is only for the elect of Israel. We've already said it over and over again. There's no point in going back and forth. And then they want to bring up these hangman, right? Point of views or viewpoints or statements, and then they want to. These bitches, they're diabolical in their form, in their way to prove a point, but they're honestly unlearned, and they want to ask us questions. We don't have to answer their questions. All right, this is the decree that's been put out from the beginning of the year. Pretty much, it's a new year. It's a new time. Starting with Vocab Malone, all his cronies, and any of these pop up out of nowhere, want to be teachers and scholars of the Bible, which we know Esau Edom. You have no reason to even pick up the Bible, let alone to come to these camps and try to put our people on blast because you want to get a one up or some shit like that. All right, y'all gonna learn very shortly. Let me get this precept. Damn it, these motherfucking bastards, man. I feel like they got something they want to say. This is what's gonna happen to y'all. Motherfuckers. I'm gonna open it up. Titus chapter 1. I'm gonna go down to verse I'm gonna start at verse 9. Holding fast the faithful word as he had been taught, that he may be able by sound doctrine both to exhort and to convince the gainsayers. All right. So coming into this truth, coming into knowing who you are as an Israelite, knowing the mind of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, he's not a unity God. He's not a God where everybody come together. He's a separatist. He's a perfection. You know, he separated the spotted sheep from the unblemished sheep. And that's what the Lord is doing right now. He's not let's come together and make something happen. The Lord is, hey, you're on this side or you're on that side. You're either spotted or you're unspotted. He's doing the same thing with the children of Israel. Either you're of the elect or you're not. All right. This ain't about color. This is about nation. Right. We don't go about how you look. We go based on the spirit, on if you receive the truth, which is like 2 or 3 things that the average person, someone that's not of the elect, they're not going to understand. Right. One of those things is Yahweh Shai, who he came for, who is he sacrificed for, his salvation. Well, who is it for? That's one thing. All right. The MOTB. What is the MOTB? What is it? Right. Is Jacob trouble still going to happen? Has it already happened? These are at least 2 or 3 things that the elect understand, and the Lord is preparing them for, as the unspotted lamb, right? As an unspotted bride that the Lord is preparing for the times to come. And you got the rest. You got the 2/3, and you got the rest of the heathen nations that are spotted, that don't believe these doctrines, that'll come up with any other doctrine that want everybody to be saved, and it's not meant for everybody to be saved. It's not even meant for the 2/3 of the children of Israel to be saved. So why would it be meant for everybody to be saved if 2/3 of the children of Israel is not going to be saved in these days and time? They'll come back in the kingdom. They'll receive salvation, right? But they'll have to come through the elect to get that salvation. And that's what we've been taught. Once again, verse 9, holding fast the faithful word as he have been taught. And let's talk about a bishop. This is the ones on the highways and hedges doing the work of the Lord. Probably only got one wife. You know, as the bishop, you're supposed to have one wife, right? And you got, but in these days and times, we're not even worried about women like that. If they is, they is. If they ain't, then they ain't. Right? But holding fast the faithful word as he had been taught, that he may be able to, by sound doctrine, both to exhort, to build up, and to convince the gainsayers. For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision, all right? Especially those that have been called into this truth. And, and our elders and apostles, they done with it. They done slacking. They done with dealing with these camps. They're not going back and forth. They already told all these camps what time is it, or what time it is, and how they're supposed to be moving. And I just want to encourage the brothers here in Florida, man, based on what the elders and apostles told us, man. I got the Florida statute. I'm going to post it up so you can take a picture of it. You can write it down. You can screenshot it. You can put it in your, in your tablets or your phones or your folder, whatever. When the time comes, when these bastards decide they want to come up to you, these gainsayers, these deceivers, these vain talkers come up to you telling you, their point of view of the scripture. No. Go build your own camp. That's what you do. That's what you go build your own camp. Verse 10, for there are many unruly and vain talkers. I got a camp, and I've had this happen to me in the past, right? But I was just the last time somebody did that to me, I told him, take your ass up the street. Go ahead. I don't need you around here. And a female that came up to my camp, she was just trying to listen. He came up and he talked and everything like that. And he just took her away pretty much, which was good because I didn't really want her to be there too, because she seemed like she had it all. Like she knew what she was talking about. But she was just listening to see what I would say so she could probably impart this and that. But whatever, man. We're doing the work of Yahweh Shema Shah, the labor of love. All right? Whether y'all here or forbear. If it's in you to sit up there and come up and debate us, which we're not trying to get into no damn debate with y'all, but if it's in you to come in to debate with us, why don't you have the decency, the decorum, right? The decency to just go and do your own thing, build up your own shit. Don't come on any of our platforms and try to one up yourself. Just go and do the work. Don't sit up here and try to make a scene. Cause I'm gonna put your ass on camera. If I don't turn the camera around, I know how to hit my button right now. I know how to hit my button where it'll be all on you and you can say what you want to say. I'm gonna give you your little 15 seconds of fame. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you your 16 seconds of fame, and I'm gonna tell you, all right, you done? Take your ass up the street. That's the attitude I'm in right now. Unless you sincerely want to learn about the Lord, about the Bible, about the scriptures, about Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Not about Jesus Christ, not about Serapis Christi. We passed that. All right? But here's the point. Especially the day of the circumcision, verse 11. Whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things which they ought not for filthy lucre's sake. Okay? Talking about Christianity, constantly pushing Jesus Christ this, and he died for the world, he died for everybody's sins, and that's a lie, bold-faced lie. You know, what's the scripture? Salvation is of the Jews. We know what we worship. Y'all know not what y'all worship. Salvation is of the Jews, right? It's not of the Jewish people. It's not of the strangers that the Israelites are going to take into captivity. No, those strangers that's of the other nations, the Gentile nations. You're going into captivity. Period. Period. Let me go here. About the debating thing, right? About the debating thing. I kind of got it, but I don't know. Debates. I'm gonna just pull this up. Debates. These people got so much going on out here, man. Chill out, bro. Y'all got so much loud ass people, man. What was it in Colossians? No, it's not Colossians. Timothy. Yeah. Hold on. They going off out there though. Contentious. Yeah, this it. This is a good one. This is a good one. Second Titus chapter 3, verse 9. Behold, avoid foolish questions and genealogies and contentions, right? Because contentions is not a part of our customs. We ain't with that, man. Either you agree with the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shah or you don't, right? And strivings about the law, for they are unprofitable and vain. We're not about to go back and forth about keeping the law. We know that we can't keep the law. We know that salvation is solely on the predestination of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah through Yahweh Shah. You know, returning back to the Heavenly Father through His only begotten Son Yahweh Shah through His sacrifice. That's what we know at the end of the day. At the same time, we're told if we love Yahweh Shai, is to keep the commandments, to rehearse the righteous acts to the best of our abilities. What's so difficult about that? You still eating pork, you defiling your temple, you committing adultery, you're doing all these things against the law. Like you're becoming a Mo, you supporting Moism. Even if you're a female, if you're supporting Moism, if you're saying, "Oh, it's okay," you know, the Lord gonna forgive you for liking other men and stuff like that to a man, or telling the woman, "No, it's okay," you know, you can like other women, the Lord's still gonna love you and accept you. That's promoting Moism, and the Lord's gonna destroy you for that. That's not rehearsing the righteous acts. All right. Let me get this other one, because y'all bastards, when y'all come up to our camps and everything like that, it's certain things that y'all should understand that evidently y'all don't have it in y'all. Y'all don't have the decency inside of y'all to just shut the fuck up and learn. This is the precept for you bastards. When y'all come up to a camp, y'all come up to a brother on the highways and hedges. And that's how you learn, brothers. That's the discernment. That's how you learn. If they come up there and they're asking questions, they're listening. They're not just voicing their opinion and shit like that. If they're listening, and they're getting it, they're understanding the time that we're in. You bring up the prophecies, That's what our thing is, to prophesy, to say before what the Lord is, to warn our people what's going to happen before it happens, right? No matter what they look like, if they are the elect, they're going to receive it, right? But we're not going back and forth about salvation for all people and shit like that. Nah. Ecclesiastes chapter 5 verse 1. Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of the Most High, right? And where's the house of the Most High? The house of the Most High, the temple of the Most High, is with the children of Israel, starting with the men, out, especially out there on the highways and hedges. And you're not alone. If you're on the highways and hedges, and you got one or two people viewing you, right? Viewing your lesson that you're doing, that's the church right there. That's the church. Where two or more are gathered in my name, thus says Yahweh Shai, he's in the midst. Remember that. So you're not by yourself. And that's the church. And whoever's meant to see it and receive it, they're gonna see it and receive it. Now, if somebody walk up on you while you're doing the video, even if you by yourself, if you go there with somebody else, that's probably a better sense to do it. But the Lord put the spirit on a lot of us in these last days and time to just go out there like John the Baptist. John the Baptist was by himself doing the work. So don't feel like you going off. All right, if you out there and you got one or two people on your feed watching you, seeing what you're doing, that's the church. That's the house of the Most High. He dwell not in temples made with the hands of man, but like Yahushua said, know ye not that you are the temple of the Most High? Right? Once again, keep thy foot when thou go to the house of the Most High, and be more ready to hear than to give sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil. And that's what y'all doing. Y'all doing evil. When y'all come to that, when y'all don't keep y'all foot, when y'all want to teach somebody on somebody else, let me get that too. I want to get that too. Because that's what y'all doing. Pastors, man. You come up to a man that's on the highways and hedges, and the spirit is mainly on GMS and the brothers, the Akim of GMS, and their affiliates. Me being on the outside for right now, Lord willing, he'll change that in the near future if it's meant to be. And the Akim that's with me on the outside, we're considered affiliates, right? But the truth is coming out of GMS and GMS only. From the elders and apostles on down. Yeah, the phone had a chime on that one. Let's get this right. Romans 15. Yea, so have I strived to preach the gospel, right? To all you Christians, you anti-Christians, right? Y'all come up, y'all want to debate. We're not into that spirit. That time is past, it's gone. That was the 90s and the early 2000s shits. We in 2025 right now. Either you get it, your oil is leaked out. Your oil is leaking. Go back to the sellers and the buyers. We don't got no more for you. That would have come boiled. That's what it's boiling down to. Yahweh Shai is on his way. Romans 15:20 again. Yea, so have I strived to preach the gospel, not where the anointed Yahweh Shai was named, lest I should build upon another man's foundation. You get that? We all doing the work and everything like that. The Lord's not going to forget the labor of love that you've done. To those that's doing the work, that's picked up the plow and honesty and sincerity, the Lord's not going to forget your labor of love. You continue to do your work, but all you hypocrites, all you scoffers, all you mockers, all you last minute trying to say something, trying to divert the truth from going out, this is for you. When a man is sitting up there on his camera and preaching the word of Yahweh Shai and not doing it deceitfully, and you pop up out of nowhere acting like you want to build, you want to speak your piece and say some shit, go build your own foundation. Go, don't build on another man's foundation. That man's audience is for him. Or that man's audience, how can I say that? That man's audience is for Yahweh Shai through that man doing the work. You come up there and you got a lot to say, go and build your own foundation. All right? I'm trying to think. What is that? Debates. Debaters. Is it 1 Peter 3? That might be it. No. I think it's in like Colossians or something, man. Let me see what's in that Colossians. And then I'm gonna get this Florida statute. Like I said, this is for all the camps in Florida, man. All the camps in Florida, based on the decree that beloved Elder and Apostle Tar put out at the beginning of this year. Hey, take heed, man. Take heed. No, that's not it either. Slovakia. There's a lot going on right now. Is that in Timothy? I bet you it's in Timothy. Bet you it's in Timothy. I think it's for. I think it's for. Mm-hmm. That's a good one. 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron, going right back to Christianity. Plantation Christianity, talking about Christ. And we know who that is, IUIC. And any GOCC, any of these camps, and even these Christians, because y'all learned about this truth from the elders and apostles going on the highways and the hedges. Y'all learned from the videos of the Hebrew Israelites, but y'all wasn't fully converted. Yeah, I said that. I stuttered. Y'all wasn't fully converted. Y'all want to mix the truth. Y'all want to mix the truth with y'all want to mix old wine and new wine. It don't work like that. Y'all want to put new wine in old bottles without emptying it out. They don't mix well, right? Speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron, forbidding to marry, and commanding to abstain from meats, which the Most High have created to be received with thanksgiving of them which believe and know the truth. You know, you still eat. You go back to eating the meats that you know, things you ain't supposed to be eating, especially this truth. You know, you can say I'm gonna say my grace over my pork. You know, it don't matter what I say, right? Y'all speak all these false doctrines. Y'all still calling on Jesus and all this shit, and then you're how it go? How you're ripping off the clothes of the elect. You're ripping off the clothes. Well, you're not gonna rip off the clothes of the elect, but you're ripping off the clothes, the knowledge, the truth, the understanding of the word of Yahweh Shema Shah. You're again, you know, after those has been clothed with this truth through your lies, you're right, through your leaven, you're causing those that's being brought into the truth to go backwards again, to return to their vomit. You know, like a dog, a sick dog at that, right? Because that's what a sick dog do. A dog that's sick, it eat up his own vomit. The whole head is sick. You know, and it's diabolical how the Lord worked. Y'all going back to living a so-called Christian plantation Christian life and thinking you go okay. It is what it is. Let's see. Let me see. It's a precept I wanted to get, man. Right now, I don't have the time, Salakia family. I'm gonna pull up this thing though, this statute. Let's see, so y'all can check it out for yourself. All the camps here in Florida. Whenever these bastards come at y'all and got something they want to say and they out of pocket, they not listening. Here, hit them with this. Hit them with this, family. You can look it up for yourself. Save it on your save it on your save it on your save it on your tablets or your phones or whatever. All right, by law, right? By law. The 2024 Florida statute, including 2025 special session C, right? It's a crime. 87 or 871.1, disturbing schools and religious and other assemblies. Disturbing religious and other assemblies. Whoever willfully and maliciously interrupts and disturbs any school or any assembly of people met for the worship of the Most High, any assembly of people meet for the purpose of acknowledging the death of an individual or for any other lawful purpose, commits a misdemeanor of the first degree, punishable as provided in S dot 7500 or 775.0808082 or S dot 775.083. If a person commits a violation of paragraph A and in doing so makes a credible threat, as that term is defined in S 784.048.1, he or she commits a felony of the third degree, punishable as provided in the S 775.802, S 775.083, or S dot 775.084. If the penalty for a violation is the subsection is reclassified under S 775.085, such a violation is considered a hate crime for purposes of the reporting requirements of S 877.19. Whoever willfully interrupts or disturbs any assembly of people meet for the purpose of acknowledging the death of an individual with a military funeral honors detail pursuant to 10 U.S.C.S.1491 commits a misdemeanor of the first degree, punishable. And these are punishments. Let me see, because it's a they break it down. Yeah. Let's see. To make it more simple and plain. They give you I had it where they had a let me see. If I do it like this. That's statute. Let me do it like this. Is that? I mean, that's the same thing. Okay, there we go. Yeah. In Belle Isle, Florida, disturbing a religious assembly is a crime under Florida statute, the same statute I just gave y'all, 8771.01. According to Roger P. Foley and Yamansky law firm. It's a second-degree misdemeanor, punishable by up to 60 days in jail and a fine of $500. Okay, a $500 fine. So let them play around. Present this to them fools. Let them know this. Keep it going. If they don't want to leave, hey man, I'm doing a religious assembly right now. My people's on the counter. We're holding church right now. All right. Present this to them, and either they walk away or you call the cops on them. They're disrupting the word of Yahweh Shem Shah being preached. So with that, I'm gonna close out. Lord willing, this is edifying to the elect of Israel, especially to the Akim on highways and hedges, man. Don't let these fools interrupt your lessons anymore. You know, let the law of the land fight. You know, if that's what they want to use that, we could do that too. Right? We're not gonna be carnal, but we ain't gonna sit up here and keep on letting these fools just interrupt our lessons. You know, or the lessons of that Yahweh Shem Shah got us to do. All right. With that, again, to the hopeful elect, I want to say endure, endure, endure. First and foremost, let me continue, before I continue, let's give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh B'Shem Shah, B'Shem Kodash. Again, double honor to our elders and apostles of the great millstone who rule well in all of Israel, whether you believe it or not. Again, endure, endure, endure to the hopeful elect of Israel, especially to the Akim on the highways and hedges, using their bodies as a living sacrifice, putting their lives on the line every day. They go out there on the highways and hedges, you know, endure. Alawam Ratazah. Till next time, Kwame Yasharala, Wa Abba Babal.